I have so much stuff and I don't really know how I got here, but I do know it's not making me happy, but I'm getting rid of all of it. And I feel so much happier and lighter and more free. And it's almost like all of this is just a symptom of a system that encourages us to keep buying more stuff that we don't actually need and ultimately results in us feeling unhappy and overwhelmed and trapped. Huh. So I live in an apartment filled with all kinds of things, many of which have brought me comfort and joy over the years, but it is time to say goodbye to them. And I'm trying to condense my entire life into this suitcase. I have a lot of stuff to go through, but I think I want to start with the closet. I feel like the clothes are the easiest place to start. We'll see how I feel about that in like 20 minutes. All right, time to lock in. I want to show you the starting point. Sorry, the lighting's getting a little weird, so we're gonna have to turn on my yellow light. We've got a bookshelf. I obviously won't be able to bring that many books with me, so we'll have to make some decisions here. I have my workout stuff, my adjustable weights. Sadly, those will not be fitting in my suitcase with me. A bunch of random camera gear here. Cat tree, going to my parents. This is my sit-stand desk. A bunch of my art stuff here. This is mostly acrylic wash, a bunch of watercolors, washi tape. Decisions will need to be made. This is my work computer. These are a bunch of home videos. Do you guys also have canned pumpkin in your bedrooms? No? Just me? This is because when I first started working out, I used these as some additional weight. Who knows what is here? Actually, to be totally honest with you, that stuff was all right here, but I wanted a clean shot, so I moved it. I have this couch that I'll have to figure out what to do with. This drawer is filled with more art things. Okay, now I'm very grateful to have like a walk-in closet. That means I have so much random stuff in here. You ever look at your clothes and stuff and you're like, I don't even want this stuff anyway, which is why we're gonna tackle the clothes first. And then we've got this whole dresser. Then yeah, more cat things. Who knows? I don't know. That's a cat backpack. In case it was unclear that I'm a crazy cat lady, I hope you're thoroughly convinced now that I'm obviously a crazy cat lady. We have some shoes. What do you guys think? Do you think I'll need these on the farm? Let me know. Some succulent food, board games that I'll list on Facebook Marketplace. That's some of my cookbooks. I'll take some, I'll get rid of others. Random craft supplies, my knitting and crochet stuff. Old packaging stuff when I used to ship out art prints. So maybe I can sell those, I don't know. These are my litter boxes. They're contained, and this is all cat stuff. And then the last room in my apartment is the bathroom. My sister's gonna take that. That's like my linen closet thing that I've made, and then just other bathroom things that I'll have to deal with. I'm actually kind of embarrassed that I did not clean all of this before showing it to you, but here we are. This is what I'm doing today. I'm getting rid of all my stuff. So I guess we're just gonna keep it really real here. All right, let's start with the closet. I want you guys to guess what I'm watching. Hint, it's a show that's currently coming out 1 episode a week. I don't know, what do you think? Okay, you're probably like, why are you trying to move your whole life into a suitcase? Great question. Would love to answer it for you. So, I am leaving behind my corporate job to go work on a farm in Hawaii, which is wild. I currently live in Michigan. I currently work as an environmental consultant, which is great, but it does mean that it's a lot of desk work, a lot of reading and writing reports all day. And so I'm making a big pivot in life, and I'm deciding to live a more outdoor life by chasing this opportunity that I have to go work on this farm in Hawaii. And there's a lot going on with this. Like, I'm leaving behind my stable corporate career trajectory to do this. You know, I actually am still going to stay working part-time for my consulting job, but it'll just be on an hourly basis. So like there may be weeks where I have like 5 hours of work and that's it. And I'm also leaving behind all of my benefits. So, you know, it's a little bit frightening and uncertain, but I am at a point in my life where it just makes sense to do this. So that's the game plan. That's what I'm up to. And that's why I'm moving my entire life into a single suitcase. Are you helping? I don't wear this one here that much, to be honest, but I feel like having one sundress is probably a good idea. I guess I'll take this one. I was putting my jeans back on, but then I was like, should we do a little fashion show of all of these dresses that I am definitely not taking with me? Yes. Okay, we've already seen the sundress. Girly pop. Where did you think you were going? Do you see this slit? What in the world? I spend my Friday nights watching the Great British Baking Show and eating yogurt. What was I thinking? I wore this one to a work party one time. Okay, glam. Do you like trying on a gown while wearing Winnie the Pooh socks? This one is so girly pop. Like, it's so short. I think maybe I have a sibling who would be into this. I do kind of love this one. Like, okay, chic, right? I do love a mock neck on me. I think it's cute. I'll see if any of my siblings want this. They can be the guardian of it for me while I am living my farming life. Or do I need one gown? Is there any occasion that I would possibly need a gown? I really don't think so. Yeah, probably not. But if there was one, this would be the one I would take. My sister already told me she wants this jumpsuit. Look, when you put your legs together, you're like, okay, gown, and then you're like, boom, pants. Someone just gave this to me on Facebook Marketplace when I bought something else, and I've never worn it. I could see like some people rocking something like this in Hawaii, but I don't know if I'm that person. It is kind of cute. I'll put this in the maybe. If there was a place where I would wear this, it would be like to a little dinner. I don't know. This one is cute. I just won't have a need for it there, so I think I'll give it to my sister. Yeah, it'll look really cute on her. You guys, by the number of gowns that I have, you would think that I'm like out here living the fanciest life. No, these are all thrifted. I probably bought each of them for $5.99 and wore them once. I like to go to the symphony. Sometimes I'll just dress up just for fun to do that. This I wore to a James Bond party. Yep, this one is going back to the thrift store. Oh look, another jumpsuit. I do love this one. I wore this one to a wedding and pockets. My sister's gonna take this one. I also wore this one to a wedding. It's cute, but you know, I don't have my heart set on this, so maybe I'll try Facebook Marketplace. The worst part about Facebook Marketplace is that I have to take pictures of all of these. Ugh. This one's just like a casual little dress. I do like it, but will I wear it there? Although if I'm honest with myself, of all of my dresses, this is the one that I wear the most. So let me put it in the maybe pile and we'll go from there. I don't think I'm gonna need this one. So I want to take a minute to talk a little bit more about the relationship between material things and happiness, because I really do mean it when I say that I think having an abundance of stuff causes us to feel stuck. For many of us, the truth is that we buy things or bring things into our world because they give us that short-term dopamine hit. The new clothes or trinkets might fit our dream aesthetic perfectly, and they do bring us some happiness, at least for a little bit. But at least in my experience, that good feeling rarely lasts very long, and it's quickly replaced with the weight of having to manage all that stuff. It seems like a lot of us seek that little hit of dopamine that we get from buying things in an attempt to compensate for other areas of our lives where we're not feeling happy or fulfilled. Maybe we're unhappy at our jobs or in our relationships, and we hope that the material things will bring us some comfort. And as far as I'm concerned, this isn't necessarily your fault if you feel this way. But instead, this is a symptom of capitalism, which is a system where we spend a massive portion of our time working, oftentimes to create products or services that are sometimes unnecessary or very often wasteful, which leaves us feeling really sad and purposeless. So, to try to alleviate some of those feelings, we then spend the money that we earned on more products and services that are largely unnecessary and wasteful. And the cycle continues. The result is that a few people at the top become wealthy and have the true freedom to live as they wish, while the majority of people are weighed down by the burdens of their jobs, and they will never have enough money to be financially free, partially because their money is locked up in stuff that they don't really want or need. So I'm on a mission to free myself from some of that burden by minimizing my stuff substantially to only the things that I really need and that I really love. If I feel kind of wishy-washy about something, I don't want it. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, to be honest, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So, moving to an island in the middle of the ocean to work on a farm is an excellent excuse to do some major inventory management. And it's kind of crazy how all this stuff just accumulates, Like, I generally am a super frugal person, and if I'm gonna spend my money, I'd way rather spend it on food than on clothes or decor or anything that's just gonna sit there. But everything does just kind of add up over time. I'm also in a kind of interesting position where about a year and a half ago, I left a 6-year relationship and started over in a really big way. So I went through a serious nesting phase where I was trying to create a space that was 100% me in my newfound single era. So I did end up getting more homey things than I historically have. And I don't regret it. I think, that was what I needed at that moment in time. But now that I'm on the brink of another major life reset, I am feeling pulled to basically do the opposite. I want to let go of all my things so that I don't have to be weighed down by them. It's a huge process, but it already feels so good to be really intentional about every item I choose to keep, Ignore these. These are for Facebook Marketplace, but right now, this is my yes pile, which is looking a little bit large to me. So I think this is my first pass at my yes pile, and I think tomorrow I will take another pass through this and see what else we can cut out. Because do I really need all this stuff? Probably not. I want to simplify this as much as possible. It's a new day. Time to list some things on Facebook Marketplace. Do I have to try these things on? I should have taken pictures yesterday, but it was dark. We'll see. My mom is at Rhinebeck, which is just like a knitting festival / convention thing. She just sent me this picture of somebody who also made the halibut sweater that I made. I love that. I feel very lucky because I live in a house that has 4 rooms in it. So I obviously have one of them, but 2 of them are actually empty right now. And somebody is going to be coming in a few days. But they're for the time being that they're empty, I am using that space as like an area to, one, like you just saw, put the stuff that I'm listing on Facebook Marketplace, and then like the stuff that I'm going to be donating or giving to my siblings, like it's all going in there. So it is out of, thank you. So it's out of here. It's a bit rainy today, which is nice. It's very cozy. I don't fully know what's in here. I think it's a mix of random things, like things that I've just put in here. Oh, these are samples of a wallpaper I designed. I don't know if any of you follow Cloudy Kitchen. She's a baker in New Zealand. One of my favorite things that she makes that I just think it's so cute are these pink buns. And one day I decided to paint them because they're so cute. And then at the time I was designing a lot of repeating patterns. And so Erin from Cloudy Kitchen and I got talking and I ended up designing her a pink bun wallpaper for her little bathroom off of her kitchen. So these are a bunch of samples that I had ordered. I tested different types of wallpaper and different sizes. Here's a smaller size. Can you imagine a whole bathroom of this? But she did it. She has it in her house, her real house, covered with my pink buns. It's crazy. I'll have to ask my siblings or my mom or something if they have any craft ideas for this, if they want it for anything. Wow. When I moved here, I packed up a bunch of my books in these flat rate boxes. And honestly, I might ship myself some books in flat rate boxes again. Should I bring Harry Potter et la coupe de feu or Harry Potter et l'ordre du phénix? That probably doesn't need to come with me, huh? Oh, I started this one before, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, but I never finished it, and I think maybe it just wasn't the right time in my life to read this, but maybe it is now. So something I've been thinking about a lot as I go through this whole process of cleaning out my stuff and deciding what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of is an idea that I heard from one of the YouTubers I watch. Her name is Blair Lamb, and a few years ago she was on a big decluttering mission, and she talked a lot about, I'm not going to remember this exactly, but she said something about like fantasy Blair and like real Blair. Her example was like, fantasy Blair needs this angel food cake tin. You know, fantasy Blair is making angel food cakes, and like I gotta keep this because what if there comes a time when I need to make an angel food cake? The reality is she was not making angel food cakes. Like that just wasn't a thing. And she was like, if I ever was in a situation where I needed to make an angel food cake, she had like a 20-20-20 rule or something. See if I can remember this. Maybe it's just a 20-20 rule. If you can get it within 20 minutes for less than $20, you don't need it. So she was like, I can go to Goodwill and there are always angel food cake tins there. So like if I really was in a pinch and I really needed an angel food cake tin, okay, I can go get that. But given that that scenario is very unlikely to come up, she doesn't need that to take up space in her cabinet. And that's something that fantasy Blair was into, not real Blair. And so I'm trying to think about that with some of this stuff. Is like I'm going through these books and I'm like, oh, I hope I have, like I think I'm gonna have more time to read and stuff, which is actually true. And I'm just at a moment in time where I'm trying to make these decisions with an awareness of fantasy Sarah or real Sarah. Am I keeping this item because fantasy Sarah thinks that she'll use it when in reality she won't? You know, like I have very limited space and I don't want to be weighed down by things. So I just feel like I want to be very intentional about every single thing that I do bring. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to make some decisions about my books, I guess. I double majored in French and then ecology and evolutionary biology, hence all of the evolutionary biology type of books, but also all these French books. I don't really want to get rid of them, to be honest. I read this in France, like this bookmark, you know, that was from when I was studying abroad there. I don't know, like all my books, can you see, have like little spots that I underlined, or some of them, another Victor Hugo, you know, I have all of my, I don't know, all my notes from my French classes. I don't know. These are hard for me to get rid of. And it's like, I know that this is realistically probably a fantasy Sarah thing to hold on to. But I also feel like this is like, it feels like more of a part of my identity than like an angel food cake tin. So I think I'm gonna hold on to these. I just won't take them with me to Hawaii. I'm really trying to not use my parents' house to just dump my stuff. I am one of 5 kids. They have enough of us to be dumping our stuff there at their house. So I'm trying to not do that as much as possible. But I think with my French books, I think I will hold on to them there because they're just, I feel particularly attached to these. I'm at the point of this process where I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, to be totally honest. Like it's literally like every paperclip I have to make a decision about, you know, and like look at all this random stuff. And I've moved enough and done deep cleans and declutterings enough to know that it gets overwhelming before it gets calm. So it's really the storm before the calm. This is just part of the process because I really do think I am making progress, and it does feel good that like the further along I go, the more and more like brutal I get with my decisions. I'm like, get rid of, go, out of here. I don't want that. Truly, my intention is to show up in Hawaii with nothing except the things I really love and the things that I really want and that mean something to me. I don't want to bring anything that I feel like mediocre about. I know it's all going to be worth it, but it feels slightly overwhelming. I think I'm gonna like make a pile of electronic stuff and like make a pile of art stuff and a couple categories like that so that I can go through each category of things all at once rather than just like doing a bunch of random stuff as I come across it. Okay, so here's the situation. This first pile here is my art pile. Over there by the mirror is my electronics pile. Then I have like my health pile, it's like supplements mostly, and then a couple of random bags. So it actually does feel more manageable. Obviously this art pile is like a little bit outrageous. So I've started to list things on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm gonna have to make some hard decisions about what's coming and what's not coming. Oh hey, don't mind me, I'm just moving to bed. You may be wondering why. Hi, Hazel. You may be asking yourself, are you sitting in front of a bed frame on its side? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm in the process of moving my bed from my room across the hall to the room of the person who's moving in after me. And I really don't want to take it apart because it just takes time to take it apart and put it back together. So I'm really going to try and do this without having to disassemble it. I really hope I can keep everything intact in the process. Let's do it. My cats are like, bro, what is happening? I am also like, bro, what is happening? Well, gently. The real question will be whether I can get the headboard through my door, but I'm really hoping if I can just, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. Whoa. Oh, guys, it's so close. Well, baby, we're gonna do it. Yes! How do I do this? Yeah! I did it! I got it in the room. You're so strong and you're so capable. And you're not scratching any wood for gently. Yes. I did it. Ta-da. Huge. Huge. I'm also giving her my desk. If you've ever moved, maybe you can relate to this, but like I'm at a point where as I keep going through my stuff, I keep putting the miscellaneous things I don't want to deal with on the surfaces that remain. And the surfaces that remain in my room are dwindling. There's not a lot. I have like so many random things. Cat treats? Sure. Ibuprofen? Why not? Lip balm? Okay. A little brush for my keyboard. You know, like so many random things are on this desk. So my number of available surfaces are decreasing. But this is a good thing, I think. Okay, this is the current state of things. It's a little embarrassing, but whatever. That's where the bed was. But then chaos. Oh my gosh. It's overwhelming. So once again, time for me to lock in. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new life. And somebody bought my couch. This is great. Right, Alicia? So I'm gonna go do a couch delivery. I'm back in the chaos and I'm gonna be really real with you. This is crazy, but this is the current situation. I leave tomorrow, which obviously means I really need to make some decisions about what is coming and what is not coming. After doing that initial pass in my apartment of what I thought I would take and what I wasn't gonna take, I had a bunch of maybes still. And so now what I've done is I've laid out everything that is either a yes or a maybe, and now's the time to really make a decision. Here's the situation. Here are my bags again. The big bag, the smaller carry-on, and then the backpack. And we'll see, I'm also considering now this little duffel bag. So I don't know, TBD. It looks chaotic, but this is organized chaos, I promise you. So now I need to go through the process of really picking up each one of these things and saying yes or no. And it's crunch time. It's currently 1:20 p.m. and my flight leaves at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So that's how much time I have to get everything together. I know some of you are gonna be like, I would have been packed a month ago, but others of you will feel me in figuring this stuff out the day before. And here we are. The world's a more beautiful place because we're all in it. Okay, everyone, I did it. It's been a chaotic week or so here as I've minimized all my stuff, but I would call it pretty successful. You know, at the beginning of this video, I was like, my game plan was really to get everything down to one suitcase. The plan was the one big suitcase, that carry-on suitcase, and then this backpack. And I did need one additional bag. And I think I'm okay with that. You know, even looking at my bags, I'm like, do I really need all this stuff? But I think I'm happy with where I landed. Either way, I have severely decreased the amount of stuff I have, the amount of inventory that I have to manage. So I feel good about that. I'm sitting in the Denver airport right now, waiting for my flight to Kona. This is truly about to happen. So if you want to see how this all pans out and how it works out for me, leaving behind my corporate career to go work on a farm in Hawaii, then I do invite you to subscribe if you feel so inclined. And if you are also dreaming about quitting your corporate career to go work on a farm or do something like that, then I invite you to take a look at this video here where I talk through how I even got to this point where I'm taking the road less traveled, taking a risk and a bet on myself in hopes of living a life that's more aligned with my values. So with that, thank you so much for being here in this video. I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye everyone. Love you.